Jesteśmy w jednym z miejsc, w którym udzielana jest pomoc uchodźcom. Jest ze mną Anastazja, która tej pomocy udziela. Jest wolontariuszem. Hello, Anastazja.
Hi.
Okay, can you tell me, this is a kitchen
Yeah.
where we are, but it's only little part of this huge place.
Since the war, it became a center of volunteers helping. So we have a small shelter. We can take 30 people, but if there will be a need, we will have some more places, but it won't be that comfortable, but we'll try to do our best. And also we have volunteers working on evacuation. So a lot of people are coming from the frontline cities. So they come to Lviv. They can spend a few nights here or in other shelters in Lviv, and then we are trying to find the buses to Poland, to the border. But it's only to the border. And another thing what we are doing is we're working on evacuation of orphans. And but we are trying to find, not just to cross them to the border, but we are trying to find the organization on a government level in other countries that will provide the children or foster families. Like we have this family type orphanages, something like foster families. So we are trying to find an organization that will be able to provide, not just a place to live, but food, medicine, financial support, and even can help them to come back to Ukraine when it will be safe.
You host those people here, and what kind of stories those people bring with them?
I hear the stories when we have dinner here or something like that, and I think a lot of people are saying that they will wait till the last minutes because they didn't want to leave, their homes. And for example, the day before yesterday, we evacuated two family-type orphanages. In one, there were 11 orphans and their legal, take carers, and in another family, there were 9 children. And they were living in a small town in Donetsk region. So they heard the bombing, but it was like not in their city, but not that far away. And even when they were on the border, they were like, maybe we shouldn't go. They want to really stay here.
Still something inside.
Of course, and yeah, and we were having this Zoom with Portugal team who are really generous, to take care of these families for some time until it will be safe to come back here. And it was a really amazing talk. We have also friends from Poland who are helping to host these families for 2 days, and then till the Portugal team will come to take them. So we will have the talk. I was the translator for these foster families, these families who are living with orphans, our team, Portugal team, and Polish team. So all together, and also there was a representative from the city council. And there was one question that the families' mothers, asked the Portugal team: will they be able to come back to Ukraine in any time? Because they heard that if you go there as a refugee or something like that, you'll have to stay there for 6 months. And they want to come back as quick as it will be possible. And it was really great because when I asked our friends from Portugal that question, I translated it, they told me we don't have any Putins in Portugal, we have a lot of Zelenskys. So we laughed a little bit. But generally, what I think, these children shouldn't hear the bombing, shouldn't see anything like that. And even here in Lviv, we were bombed today morning, right? But before that, for example, it was quite peaceful. But we hear Syrians, like air danger, like it can be for hours in night. So, children hear that. Children can feel the fear of their parents or their caregivers.
Because in the place that they came from, sirens means bombing, means all those horrible things.
They feel the fear. But honestly, some people from the front lines are saying that sometimes they wouldn't even go to the shelter when they hear the danger, because it is so often they can recognize the sounds and know which one are more dangerous than others. So sometimes they wouldn't even go and this is the most terrifying thing I ever heard, of some families saying that their closest friends or families back in Kharkiv or Donetsk region, they didn't want to leave. Even though they are bombing, they're saying, oh, it's quite safe here. I mean, there is always a risk, but they don't want to leave their homes so badly that, they will stay there even.
The fact is, war is all around Ukraine. War is also here in Lviv, and you are here. You are helping those people. You decide to stay in Ukraine, not to go to, I don't know, to Poland, Germany, or other countries. And why you decide to stay here? It's also dangerous for you.
This is my home. Not only me, but all of my family is staying here. And I have a great story of that. For example, I know my aunt, she has U.S. documents. Her brother is a U.S. citizen, and she has a green card. And she was planning to go to the U.S. She had tickets to Chicago, to visit her brother in Chicago for 2 months. And the war started, and she canceled the tickets. She didn't want to go because of the war. She said, this is my home, I won't leave it. This is my country, this is my home, this is my people. And I know that some people, even from Western Ukraine, sometimes go to other countries because I feel everybody has its own feeling of safety. So, you know, there is no normal reaction to the war or invasion. But personally, me, I think if you do not have children, if you are healthy and do not have any health conditions that it will be hard to meet here, I think you should stay and help. Because first of all, we need people working, so the economy works, and secondly, we need a lot of volunteers here. On the other hand, people from the front line, it is important for them to leave, not because it's also dangerous, but also because if they will be captured or something, it's really hard to bring humanitarian help there. So if there are less people there, you know, it's best for the military to take care, for the army to take care and to protect the city if there are less civilians there.
I wonder how you changed because of the war.
Now when it happened, you know, the full-scale invasion, I feel like, you know, my values became stronger because you just better understand who you are, what you stand for. And for me, for example, even we are at war, I was thinking to go to Oxford for these 3 days to have to this conference because I thought that it's not me who is going there, it is Ukraine who is going there. So I think since the invasion, I feel like it's not about me, but you know, for millions of people who died because of the Holodomor in the 20th century, you know, for thousands of people died in the war because of the war during all these 8 years, and a lot of people who are dying right now in Mariupol, in other cities. So it tremendously changed my world because I understood it's not me who is in center.
The biggest dream today from this point?
To have peace, not just to have peace, to win the war, and not to be in war again. I think this is because, and also, so when the war will be, when we will win the war, to have enough strength to rebuild everything, because usually after that you will be tired. So I really dream that we will organize ourselves, you know, in the way Ukrainians only can, you know, because we understand there will be a humanitarian crisis even after the war. A lot of buildings are destroyed and stuff like that. But I'm sure that we will deal with that, and I think I'm sure we'll be much more stronger, and much more united than we've ever been before.
I think you're gonna do this, and thank you very much for the conversation, for the interview.
Thank you so much.